Now we get into DFM T1 here. Two more games left today for this day. It's going to be Detonation Focus me versus T1. DFM looking for a last Hail Mary. It's going to be their last game here at Worlds here in T1. Just looking to pad the stats here. Kind of fighting for number 1, number 2 spot with EDG.
DFM is willing to pay Umi, or if T1's willing to give it away. Last time they gave Umi away.
I think they'd be willing to play it. I mean, we saw Steel have a fantastic Talon game. That pairing is really strong.
Alright,
cool.
cool.
You're not going to ban it, and you're not willing
So Talon's still up and available here for Steel, as was mentioned by Azale, and they're just going to allow the Yumi to come through, so T1 kind of having a flex here. Maybe trying to have a fun game. The Seraphine hover is, well, not much to really talk about there. And we're still going to hold serious, so Kana going to keep getting his rounds in on the Graves here. Super stable, and Owner going to pick up Gumiyushi's legendary Aphelios, which has been doing very well at this tournament, near flashing in and Moonlight Vigiling entire teams. But can DFM pull out any last minute saves here? Could get, you know, Evie's Urgot early, and they already know what he's going to be going into more than likely. They might actually secure their bot lane first. So nothing too special, nothing too crazy. Yeah. Thresh Aphelios probably more than guaranteed unless it gets, well, it's not going to get stolen here by DFM. So T1 just playing very aggressive to secure their bot lane, their comfort picks. And yeah, now it's kind of secure the jungler to pair with, nope, they're going to get the Zoe blind pick in for Arya, one of his best champions, I believe, back in Japan, and going to take it to Faker. And it looks like we're going to have the whimsical, oh boy, I can't, Lulu, there we go. I blinked on that character's name for so long. But Lulu getting locked in for Keria here, not really indexing into Keria's strengths as a Thresh player, just gonna basically allow for T1 to, you know, play more defensively, come in, attack someone, and they're gonna get basically bolstered up. There goes the ban onto the Talon. It could still bring in the Kiana for steal. This depends on how the rest of these bans go, as you're getting taken away from Faker. Good late game carry, very good late game option that T1 used recently, I believe earlier today. But that shall be taken away as well. And I think it's going to be another jungle ban here. If they get rid of the Kiana... nope. Xin Zhao with the Yumi could be a very dangerous pairing as well. So getting rid of the two Brawl, very good. You know, dive in and blow up a squishy. And pairing very well with the Yumi. So getting rid of those. Now, does DFM have... So what I'm really looking for is DFM to pull out like some other trick. Just roll the dice, throw some darts at the wall, see what sticks. And they got to get rid of Owner's Jace, or Jarvan, which has been pretty good for him. Not too surprising, he's still playing to win, still drafting for the best possible picks here. Yeah, right now both teams lacking like consistent engage here. About the best thing that they've got is like gangs attached to someone and allows for the spell book to go off with last chapter. Not really any engage on T1 just yet. I think they're gonna be looking for that out of Owner, out of the jungle. The pillar might be a decent pick here for. Nope. I think Evie's gonna secure the Renekton, which we've seen a bit, but it hasn't really. Yeah, it's half and half. Hasn't really gotten picked a lot and hasn't really won a lot either. Yeah, so you're not going to have a lot of fun here against Graves here. Graves with the ranged advantage can easily get away, trade back, keep the wave pushed. It's just not going to work out too well. Like, Renekton might have a better sustain game early on, but this is not going to play out like you want it to. And it's going to be the Shaco for Steel. Okay, this just got exciting. This just got super fun. The clown's in the jungle, and I imagine I Will Dominate is losing his mind right now. His good old boy has returned. And this could be a lot of fun here. This could be really sneaky, really scary,
This
and
is a troll pick. This is not a like, it's our last game of Worlds, haha. It's actually a real pick. It is respected in the LJL, and it's very exciting. I think throwing a curveball like this makes a lot of sense.
And for me, just
really wishing they'd thrown this curveball earlier on in the groups. Honestly, earlier on in the 2-round robins we've had. Ono going to pick up the Kiana in case anyone missed that. But this Shaco pick paired with the Yumi, that's going to be like some double invisibility, easy flank outs, lots of treachery sort of built into this character, into this comp right now. A lot of setup, and most of the damage going to be coming there from just steal with an assassination play onto Gumayushi, Faker, Owner more than likely. A lot of mobility.
But if you can actually back off, they have so much damage coming through that the front line is going to get roasted.
The other big question I'm actually going to have for Steel is, does he build AP or crit, like, lethality AD, Shaco? That's the big question here. Does he want to actually be able to get his auto attacks off, or does he want to just have like the nuclear, clone to just try to throw in there and blow up someone and make those box just find people and just chunk them in half, like the worst trap set you've ever seen.
That's why I'm interested in the first clear here for Steel, because if you can get a flash through mid lane or change up timings on the top side of the map, so now, sure, Graves, who's been throughout the tournament running rough shot top lane, getting push it off, just picking up plates on turret, then great. You have a Renekton that's rolling. You have a play around Dragon, maybe even a TP.
Yeah, a lot of box setups just to provide defenses, or just to blow up the dragon super fast. So Steel can actually do some very creative things. He was going to run Ignite Smite on account of his Q. His dash will put him invisible and help him. It's on a pretty low enough cooldown. He should be able to stay alive pretty easily. Shouldn't have to worry about having to flash into too much of anything or out of too much trouble. And once again, though, we're still looking at this. There's not a lot of clear engage options on the side of T1. So if they want to fight, it's gonna be pretty hard. They're just gonna have to like walk forward and walk into it. And if DFM actually find themselves getting ahead early on in this game, especially off the back of this special pick from Steel, it's gonna take a Herculean effort, I think, or just some major map plays from T1 to really pull this one off. And there's going to be the clear of the ward. I believe it's going to be a W start for Shaco. He's got the chilling smite. Excuse me. Yep, he's just going to start stacking boxes over by the wolves.
He puts one defensive box over by the red buff to just cover the invade, and then 2 boxes here on wolves. So he's actually not starting a buff. He is potentially starting there on the wolves.
He's probably trying to actually start in a very unique way, just to actually prevent any too easy knowledges coming out. That's gonna be perfectly timed. It's gonna be able to get the 2 off. The third one's gonna sit up there, waiting and ready. And I should have a very perfect, easy clear. That was super clean. And I get the proc on the back there while he's invisible. And now here comes the bonus damage. Stabbing him in the back means extra damage for Shaco. One of the fun parts of his passive. So both junglers actually getting a leashless start.
See how Steel wants to play this. If you've played solo queue ever in your life, you know how miserable it is to be ganked by a Shaco. Very oppressive champion early in the game.
And with Hail of Blades,
Very impressive. Not much to do. Hail Blade's going to allow him to actually really like put some damage very quickly into you with from the behind, with the crits, with it's going to be great. This is going to be so much fun. He sees to find his way on to a special someone. He's going to path top here. I think he's heading up there, but Kana should be aware of this. And now Kana looking to try to face him, looking to try to get ahead early. The ward's going to spot us, so they know that. Steel looking for something else. And he's going to be able to actually move over here. Q's going to... Oh, that's going to be big damage. Faker forced to flash away. And that was just autos and the E. And that was actually great. Didn't need to spend anything. And he's not really lost much pace either. Level 3 for him as well. So burn versus burn. And Owner's going to be able to heal up pretty well so far. Oh, and now comes... Alright, so bot lane has gained priority. There's not much for Utapon to really do here. Trying to catch Gumayushi. But this is where they're going to be fighting over, trying to get the Scuttle Crab. And I think Steel's wasting a lot of time right now. Arya trying to actually get something. He's going to hit it, and this is going to be actually so close. Gets it outlined and gets the first blood. Arya getting the kill on to Faker. I think, if anything, Steel is just pushing away them, pushing away everything from T1 and allows Arya the 1v1 onto Faker and gets the solo kill. He gets the solo kill. And that flash taken away was everything. Now AV, I think he might have gone a little bit too far here. He's got his Conqueror proc up, so he might be able to actually get a good bit of heal up. Connor trying to get it back here, but EV dancing in between all of the minions, and there's nothing Connor can do about it. 2 kills onto Arya inside of like a minute here. Still getting his jungle taken. So this is fantastic. This is an amazing start here for Arya. Nothing to be done. Nothing to be done there. Connor just kited out by Evie. Yeah. And if DFM actually upset this, we could end up with no tiebreakers. And EDG just take it if they actually get their win over 100 Thieves. So still trying to decide who are going to be the top 2 for these groups, for this group B. And DFM making a case that we may not need it unless 100 Thieves also upset EDG. Alright, uses the cleanse, picks up the flash, backs up, throws it, gets the angling off, and blocks the minions from being able to get in his way for his paddle star. Good and easy stuff here. Yutapon having to leave. This bot lane's getting shoved in here. This Keria Gumayushi combo is putting out a lot of pain and really just taking over here. First turret plate already taken sub 5 minutes, it looks like. Did he see him? I think he saw him. I think he saw him just in time. So Faker's going to make that out, trade a little bit of damage onto Steel. And that's going to at least give Arya time to back off. No teleport on him, so he's just going to need to eat that. May lose part of his next wave because Faker's probably got to shove this one in. He's low on mana, so maybe limited on his options.
Until you actually have levels on Shaco, like you can't just queue over the wall and get all the way into the lane.
Oh, Kana, I think Kana's like it's about to show Eevee why that was a mistake altogether.
Try to freeze into a heavy wave like that, you take so much harass, and unless the jungler is there immediately to punish, it doesn't get you anything. And in this case, T1 is actually looking to dive.
Yeah, they're gonna dive him. Eevee's super low here right now, and Steel is nearby, but I don't think there's much else to be done here. That concussive blast not making contact with Eevee might stay this off, but Owner has arrived. He's gonna miss his first Q. It's gonna be a good proc from Golden Meek onto Eevee. He's going to push away to actually save himself from his own thing. Ignite's going to come out from Steel. That's going to push away Kana even more. And that it will be a delayed and denied tower dive. That's so free, actually. That's so free of the Summoner Exchange. And Kana with no teleport here. Eevee can shove this wave in and deny it. Kana's going to probably try to stick around. Is Owner going to get level 6 off of this? They're moving down. Oh no, Eevee's caught out. He has to teleport out now. Oh no, it's too long. Oh, he makes it. He gets the teleport back to his turret. Safe. Barely made that out. So well done. Well done here. DFM holding strong. Gold is super even right now. Yutapon kind of getting beaten up here bot lane. About 20 CS down from his counterpart. And Keria and Gumayushi just owning the bot lane. And not a care in the world here. Slowly pushing this one, actually, it looks like. They're trying to deny as much CC as possible. Or CS. There goes a cannon minion. That's going to hurt. And the wave is pushing into T1 right now. And oh, he's going to be able to catch this here. The W does not connect there. And they're going to be able to actually root up. And Steel, I think you're going to be in trouble here, bud. His Q's already out here. And here comes all the damage. And just fantastic turn of events from Gumayushi and Keria. No help from the jungle needed. They just 2v3 that. That was a fantastic turnaround and just blew them up there. Really flexing the mastery that Gumayushi has on this Aphelios. Yeah, he's 13 CS down from Owner, who outside of that bot lane, river exchange, he's been just farming. He's been good. Another one gank attempt. So Steel gets up to this. Pulls it out. That root missing ruins this whole thing. But yeah, they get the root up. He gets the Moonlight Visual off, and then he can just hit the auto attacks from afar. Super free, super easy. Early kill onto the Aphelios is a very scary prospect. And I think they want this. They might have seen that. I think Steel might be in trouble here. He's going to get locked up again. He's going to have to run away. Eevee going in hard. He's going to get the kill onto Kana, but can they turn the rest of this around? It is a 3v3. Heavy, not too many options available. Steel has gotten his level 6 out. Oh, it's going to be a root up. I think they're both going to die. There's going to be the clone off. Be able to get decent damage onto Carrier. Yutapon trying to follow this one up. He's going to get the root onto Faker, but there's not much else that can be done here by Detonation Focus Me. Gumayusi wanted to step up and actually make this a little bit more interesting, but they're going to step away, and that's going to be some damage on that top lane turret.
As the bot lane was already there, when Steel jumps over the wall and Gumayusi and Carrier are waiting for him, they were not ready for that, but Heavy does get the solo kill on the Kana, so not bad whatsoever.
Yeah, the setup happened during the replay, and it looks like now
Steel's looking for it. That ward saw him before he actually left, before he went invisible, so they were prepared. Wild Growth not yet available for Curious. It might have been a chance. No, Steel survived. I think we have some problems here. Gumayusi here knows somebody's other than a flash form. He's going to put it out, and the Moonlight Visual just blows up Steel. There's nothing that is going to scare this man. The Wild Growth doing work. That is not how that's going to work. The shields and the heals from Carrier on this Lulu will be enough. Will be enough. And unfortunately, Steel does not pass the math test. So the advantages are falling away. T1 don't need any engage. They can just brute force their way into these fights and win them. Eevee trying to step forward to scare this away. Arya. Good paddle star. Faker brought to like 210. That is the power of the Zoe. Oh, sleep onto Faker. Eevee can't really follow that. Nope, can't get the short paddle star off.
Shaco definitely not working out so far. I mean, it's tough, honestly. You're playing essentially what works as an assassin here, kind of. And every time he's going in against Carrier, he has to use the Q to actually get in. But then when that's on cooldown, he just gets polymorphed immediately, and he's getting exploded during the polymorph pretty much every single time. Really starting to actually struggle, both to keep up in farm and to actually really get anything done in these plays.
That's why I want them to use Arya a little bit more. A lot of the times they think they're strong enough to be able to just come in as a trio, knowing that Owner is back in base, or earlier on in the game, knowing that Owner was in the opposite side of the map. But just use their strong point of the map. He's been doing really well here.
Ooh, he's trying to get the catch on the Faker. Decent trade of damage.
Well, we all know what it feels like to play against the Fed Shaco. You might now recognize what a behind Shaco does, and it is very little.
Yeah, it will not be a lot if Steel cannot get himself further ahead in this game. He's going to be a non-factor later on. He will not have the damage to really threaten any of the squishies. They're trying to clear out all this vision, trying to reclaim their jungle. But Steel's chances of being the hard carry, the scary Shaco, are dropping. Yeah, T1 taking over the jungle here. Faker going to be able to shove in mid lane here, get some more damage onto the turret. Turret plate's falling at 2 minutes, so they've got a little bit of time left. Herald is on Owner right now, and I think they're going to use it, and that is going to probably get them first brick. Here comes Herald, and Steel and company need to run away, because there is no saving that turret. Oh, there's the limits. Oh, Faker about to get solo kill. Arya flashes away from... Oh boy, can he catch it? Oh, he almost got it. He just needed the auto attack. So Arya really showing up Faker right now in the 1v1.
It's very clearly looking like it's going one way at this point, but Arya has played like such a monster today. He is truly showing that he is world class. He absolutely gapped Abadaga last game. He's gotten the kill and he's gotten the pressure on Faker this game. Yes, he got some help from Shaco, but he is playing so...
Oh, he's gotten it after Shaco too. He hasn't really needed Shaco for much of the other plays that he's done. He had early help with like getting the flash off of Faker, but then after that he secured that solo kill by himself, and he is dang to secure like what 2 other solo kills onto Faker. So Arya is world class, is showing himself to be quite a threat. It's just that unfortunately it's this late into the group stage, and his team is 0-5.
Having the highest CS differential, and overall has been getting a lot of draft resources. The Graves has been a real power piece for him.
He's also getting a lot of owner resources up there in that top lane.
I think the difficult part too now is they just keep sending him to different lanes. He's farming, he's pulling ahead of the Renekton despite having 2 deaths already, and now Gumiusi, they're just using him as a strong point, rotating around the map, breaking
Yeah.
all these towers.
Well, they want to get all that local gold onto him as well. Gumiushi gets fed, and there is, win condition acquired.
Yep, well, they did take that tower down.
Because Gumiushi on this Avelius is
Really growing.
insane, and
Chemtech Future Fire.
there's not really too much that can really be done to stop him. They like the poke from Gang is going to be minimal, if anything at all. Arya, like the combo of Arya and Gang may actually end up being like the best winning combo for just the poke that can come from the two. And I think it looks like Gang might be going. He might be going for Runic Echoes.
Control there for T1, and there's a ton of gold being put on this second tier turret. So right now, DFM have to try for a play, and it looks like it's going to be on Kana.
Steel looking to try to actually get something done here. The clone's going to run in, but it's not going to be for much. It's going to be killed off, and they're going to be able to get a little bit of damage onto the mid turret, but Arya needs to run. Hextech Belt being sent out. He's got that spell. Going to be able to land the sleep. And yeah, they're just being run off. We're not much else to do. This mid turret. Here comes the red white guns.
Top lane straight to the jungle, and now they're going to have first touch of this turret. So great job from T1 overall making use of Gumiushi.
I mean, they just know they're so
Yeah.
insanely far ahead.
They're so insanely. Yeah. I'm gonna repeat what they're saying here, but they're 5,000 gold ahead.
Their wave clear isn't strong enough. They can't actually walk up to them and fight them either. So there's bleeding towers left and right here. They got both up in that top lane. They move mid. They take that. And T1 really starting to run away with this one.
Yeah. Hoping they can actually finish this one off pretty quickly. Because T1 in a prime position. 5k gold ahead. 4-0 with turrets. Got one dragon on the side of DFM, but I don't think it's going to last much longer. And it was taken pretty late.
I mean, I think that there's a few people that they could kill if they can catch them out, away from a tower and in a 2v1. But the problem is T1 is grouping up constantly. They're not overextending in these lanes.
Yeah.
If you catch Faker or even Kana, overextending the lane, you could probably run them down. But T1 is never giving you the opportunity. They're always within the same quadrant as each other, so you just have to live a couple seconds and you're going to have backup, and that has been the case every single time.
Looks like we might actually have Arya, Steel, and Gang going for a player on Kana. This wave just needs to get crashed in. And so it begins. Teleport coming in here from Evie. I'm not sure why that feels needed. He's going to show up just in time to watch it happen, but I don't understand why they teleported him down. That's 5 bot for 1 kill. And that just means Gumiushi's going to be able to actually probably cut this turret in half. Udapon also wants to take the damage from the flame sprays just to have the tower trade back. And Owners is going to go ahead and get the second Herald, so they're probably going to break open the DFM base with this, honestly. Like, they might just get an inhibitor turret off of this hero, because all they have left is, like, mid and bot tier 2s.
There's always Gumiushi and Carrius stuck together as a duo, so he's just kind of getting scraps and falling further and further behind this insanely fed Aphelios.
Definitely an incredibly difficult map state. DFM, respect for fishing for the opportunities, finding that, but it only gets harder again as Graves gets more items under his belt. You can see starting to work towards a VT now at this stage of the game, and the man who's going to be unkillable, I think, for the rest of the game, short of a miracle from the side of DFM, is Gumiusi. You see it now. Collector finished. He's the conqueror, lethality of Aphelios. This is so oppressive if it gets a lead.
Yeah, he's huge right now. So next fight, I would imagine it to be around Dragon.
Did not know Conqueror was an actual rune selection for Aphelios. But yeah, he'll be able to put out major damage, true damage, and heals for this. And DFM kind of out of sorts with trying to get what to do. 5 mid. Trying to actually get the collapse here. Teleport's going to come in from Faker. Chakra's going to land onto Eevee, but that's not going to be too much else. And Steel going to be able to put his clone far forward and zone them out. They really get DFM get their first turret, but at what cost here? Because this Herald just got spawned, and there goes tier 2. And this is probably going to get a second turret off of this pusher, and it's going to be the inhibitor turret, as I predicted. And they may even get more off of it than that. DFM have backed off, but now that they're not on the map, T1 can shove this mid lane in, and they're actually posturing themselves for almost a fight here or something. Yep, and there it is. And now here comes the mid lane turret. So they might actually be able to get both. It's not too much of a problem here in AV. There's nothing he can do here. Gonna be Yushi, red white gun, is ready to just go off and just shred anyone and everyone in front of him. He's putting off his major damage. He's got his 2 items. He's got his 2 items, and there's not much to really worry about. And his steel cap, so steel, Evi, Utapon are not really threats to him anymore. He could probably 1v3 them right now.
Really good decision from T1 to just say, well, we have vision in the bottom side jungle. We can just literally bounce from bot inhib turret, mid inner turret, and now DFM is just struggling to find anything on the map.
This is brutal.
They got a Gromp.
They got a Gromp. I started the game.
They just get to share the frog legs between them. It'll be great. No worries, no problems. Get those some barbecue sauce. Should be great.
And all of T1. And this is why they are currently fighting with EDG for first seed. And again, how much they have stepped up. We saw the first game versus EDG, they got absolutely blasted. It was not even remotely
Yeah.
EDG playing to a T second time around, clean things up, playing a lot better. And we are now poised, if 100 Thieves can't make the upset, for the game 3, the rematch, the tiebreaker.
And this was kind of always the story of T1 in the past, at previous Worlds. They ramp up throughout the tournament, get better and better. They've always been so adept at learning from their mistakes, at adjusting to the meta, at finding their niche within those powerful picks. And when they do, they're so tough to beat.
And here goes Gumushi with his red-white guns, and I don't think they're going to care about the vision spotting them. There's not going to be too many threats. Steel going to come in and try to get something done here. Scanner's going to be able to turn off the wards as he arrives. It's down to 5k, down to 4k. He's going to be able to get the box in there to at least try to get a little bit of vision on the situation. It's going to get cleared out. Owner on the flank here. And they're just slowing this down. They're slowing this down. They're trying to bait Steel in. It's down to 2700. Battlestar's not going to connect here. Owner's going to go off. He's going to be able to stun up Evi, and Evi, he's going to be able to actually get his ult off, but he is so low right now. Owner brought down so low there. Arya trying to get so much work done. Cannot find it, and I think T1's going to back off from there. Last curtain brought out from Utapon to try to press them away. Oh, and that's going to be sight. So T1 need to start running away here. There is a chance Faker forced to flash away from the Lost Chapter, and they're going to be able to actually land it, but there's not much damage to really follow it up, and Prowling Projectile doesn't even get it. Steel there nearby. Can't get anything out of it. So set up really well, but no dice for Detonation Focus Me. So they delay. They delay. It's a 6k gold lead right now. They might have bridged the problem just a little bit. But T1's still entirely in control of this match. Now best thing DFM can do, clear out vision. Try to get some of these waves pushed. I think Arya once... Nope, missed it. Had to eat some turret shots for that. But yeah, Arya trying to do what he can there, get the solo kill. It's not going to work out. Meanwhile, Million's going to get pushed. Utapon will collect that wave.
They've got the Umbral Glaive here as well on Owner, going more for the vision control, vision denial, just trying to shut DFM out of this game.
And that's been the strength of T1 in this group. They have the highest support.
All right, there's just not too much really to go on about right now. Baron's still up and available. It was not taken in the last exchange. Here comes the vision denial. They might be able to spot just a little bit of this. And there's just one blue trinket on the side of DFM. But T1 going to press out, going to at least clear out as much of the vision as they can. And playing a little tentatively forward. Going to be able to at least get themselves across river for once. Arya able to get the sleepy trouble bubble onto Owner, it looks like. No, that was on a Faker. So he's got the right target in mind.
They always come out in second place. They always seem to fall short at Worlds.
Steal. Oh, they're going to put Yukimiushi frontline here. He is ready to just 1v5 this entire situation here, and he's got the backup. He's got the shields and the heals from Keria and Faker, and that's just going to make him so hard to kill right now. Owner going to get spot out. It's going to catch steal. Zoomies from Yang to keep him up and topped up. They are not going to be able to do much else here. Ooh, very good pick there with the lethality. Getting some damage onto Owner. So this might be, well, here's the trigger. Here's go time. Here's the teleport in. And here comes Kana, and now DFM need to do something. And they're going to need to contest this one more time. Still puts on the box just to give the teleport over for Evie. Oh, Barrett's down below 4K right now. It's going to be getting really close here. They have to jump in. Where's Steel? He's going to be able to get inside of it, but he's stunned up, I believe, and 4 stunned up, actually. The clone's going to start running in and going to try to find someone. It's going to get unlocked, but I think Gamishi's going to be perfectly fine. He's going to get the red off, and he's going to have so many shurikens available. That's going to be a dead Steel. Now DFM on the run here. 4 alive. Udapon barely, and Eevee's trying to actually find himself back in. Arya goes forward to get a little bit of poke up, but there's not much else to do. Root comes up from Udapon, and I don't think he's going to be able to actually do much other than slow them down, and Owner is on the run here. The QE combos, he's going to be able to get the max range execution, and it's just Arya and Gang. Faker has actually teleported inside the base, it looks like, and is going to make his way over. Goes golden. Arya maybe trying to get that last second kill. Can't get much else done here, and now I think T1 with this Baron finally secured it are going to be able to get these inhibitors down. There's going to be a full power DFM in about 17 seconds. That's going to be a sleep on Gumiyushi, but not much to really threaten it. 2 minutes left here. T1 could do more. I think they're going to back off, buy, re-up, and they can come up for one more push. So DFM with 30 seconds to breathe, but here we go. So Kana just comes out here just to try to stop or block where Steel might come in. And that ultimate just actually ends up stunning like 4 out of the 5 people on your screen. Big 3-man shockwave there, and that's going to be the end of it. Steel just has to start trying to run away, and there's not much else to be done there. Give me a shit. Bet he had him like purple tagged, or he just had an auto going off. Udapon, he's about to get done here. That Everfrost, right after the shockwave, kind of locks him in place here. Let me show you where your grave's going to be, my friend. And now DFM just fighting with straw and sticks against a fully armored T1 right now. Top lane's pretty, like, kind of looking at like the item disparity, like 2.5 items for Kana compared to 2. Where's the biggest one? 2.5, 2.5. Yeah, 3.5 versus 2.5 on the AD carry side, and Udapon is not built for anything else, but that's not really going to matter here. Steel's going to put himself out into a little bit of danger, and both parts of him are going to get blown up here, and no one's really going to die on the side of T1 so far. Arya doing all the work he can. Owner goes golden. The Moonlight Vigil is going to go wide here, and Gumiushi stepping forward to try to actually pad his stats a bit. Gets the root up, but Arya is way too deep, and that's going to be the game there. So 5-1 for T1 right now, and we are just going to be waiting on our next game to see if 100 Thieves can get the upset over EDG. T1 get to exit this group stage number 1, but if, as expected, EDG takes 100 Thieves out and gets themselves also a 5-1 record, we are going to find ourselves with a tiebreaker after the next game. So stay tuned. We could have ourselves for quite a while tonight.